Welcome to episode 34 of the Last Row Podcast on Demand. My name is Drew, and as always, I'm joined by my friend across the room, Mr. Badway.
Hello.
What's up, Badway? How you feeling today?
A little grumpy.
You
to be honest with
tired? You grumpy?
A little grumpy.
You were at Hershey Park all day yesterday, man. You had a good day.
Well, I might take it out on the podcast. We'll see.
You had a good day.
I might sabotage this episode.
Oh, man. See, I put together some plot fiction for you today, so hopefully that cheers you up a little bit.
Okay. Better. Pressure's on you.
Before we get into it, if you're looking for us on the web, it's thelastrowpodcast.com. Follow us on Twitter at thelastrowpod. We have a Facebook page, facebook.com/thelastrowpod. Google Plus, iTunes, leave us a 5-star review, and also on Google Play Music. I think that might have been the fastest I went through that ever.
Speed run. On the agenda today, we are talking about the Predator reboot or sequel. It was one of those.
The Predator?
There's a new Predator movie. It's not called Predator.
The Predator.
It's called The Predator. And we'll be talking about that. Seems like a passion project of this nice young director here. What is his name?
Shane
Black of Iron Man 3 fame.
Shane Balake.
So we'll be talking about that. Also, listener communication about a possible Kevin McAllister versus Predator situation. We'll dive into that. Also, we're talking about what we're watching. We have some thoughts on Jurassic World, some possible strong takes, some hot takes on Jurassic World.
We'll see how I'm feeling by the time we get to that point.
And we're going to wrap it up with another rousing game of plot fiction, as Drew said, where he actually created the fake stories this time around. Usually I'm the writer, and now Drew's dipping his toe into the water.
I think I got 75% last time when you did yours. So I'm really, really curious to see if I can stump you.
I have no doubt. I'm dumb as a rock, so I'm sure it'll be pretty easy for you to stump me.
And I think the game went over well last time, so people seem to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I think we should make that kind of a thing.
We can make it a thing going forward. We'll bring it back as long as people like it. So let's jump right into it. Predator reboot. This was news coming out over the weekend from Friday through Sunday here. What are your feelings on this new movie and the franchise as a whole?
I am a fan of the franchise, but I'm not going to sit here and claim to be a super fan and have any type of strong feelings towards remaking The Predator or not remaking The Predator. I don't care. Normally I have feelings about it, but I think I would probably watch it.
Let me stop you right there. Is there such a thing as a Predator super fan?
Yes. I guarantee there's a person with the statue in their house.
Well, yeah, I know people like the character, but let's be real here. I mean, let's go through the movies real quick. We got Predator, Predator 2, AVP, AVP:*Requiem, and we have Predators with an S, with Brody.
Adrian Brody.
And that 70s show.
Topher Grace.
Topher Grace, yeah. So that's what we got. So one of these things is not like the other, right?
I listen, this guy, and I have some quotes here. We should probably jump through our gate system for the reboot, but I have some quotes about this guy. He said, quote, he's trying to make this an event film that will transcend the previous movies. That's some pretty big speak there.
Yeah. Now, I don't want to step all over this here. I don't want to be negative, but
do you trust
I'm
in
in a
this
bad
guy?
mood today. Do we need this many Predator movies? Like, do we need it?
I mean,
they failed so many times trying to not remake, but like keep the story going, keep the party going, so to speak. The first one was really it, right? Like, and I'm no hater. Predator 2 was fun in its own right, but it's a bad movie, right?
No, listen, I'm not going to disagree with you on that. Predator 1 kind of exists in a vacuum.
Yeah.
And the other ones, they're not bad per se, but they're not anywhere on level as having Arnold Schwarzenegger in your movie.
The other ones aren't bad per se.
No, listen.
Alien versus Predator.
Okay. A lot of them are bad.
Is very bad.
It's kind of fan fiction, if you will, because somebody said, they exist in the same universe as Alien.
Yeah.
So it became this mashup wet dream of the fanboys, like myself.
So the Predator itself is a very awesome looking character, great idea.
Right.
You can do so many good things with the story, and it has yet to happen because the first one, if you think about it, there isn't very much backstory at all about the Predator. It's just, oh my God, there's this thing that's hunting these humans. And it's a cool thing. After the fact, we find out that it hunts for sport against formidable opponents. So it doesn't just go taking out any random humans.
Has a sweet spaceship.
Yeah, and you find more out about it later on in the series, in Predator 2 and this and that, and the lore, comic books, whatever. The idea is great, but the execution has failed miserably on 3 out of the 4 movies. Right?
Listen, I'm going to sit here and tell you that I enjoyed the shit out of Predator 2, even though it's awful.
4 out of 5, I should say. Yeah,
Predator 2 is bad, but
it's
I
a bad
like
movie,
it.
but it's enjoyable, sure.
Because it's got that 80s charm of like the New York noir. You know, you've got the guy stringing up gang members.
Right.
You know, Predator's stringing up gang members at the beginning. Gary Busey's in that, I'm pretty sure, as some whacked out investigator.
Uh-huh.
You've got Danny Glover, too old for the shit, trying to, catch the Predator. And I'm going to tell you what, he's no match for the Predator. He would have died instantly.
Yeah.
Like
So-
a washed up detective.
That's the thing. That's going against the not to be that guy, but it's going against the character. It's going against the characteristic of
the characteristic.
of the character, for lack of a better word.
I agree with you. But
Let's say the Predator only goes after formidable opponents. That's
Yes.
the key. Nobody in Predator 2 is formidable.
no,
right?
nobody.
Yeah.
Not even the gang members.
Right.
But where did the lore come from? Do you know much about the backstory of this? I don't.
I know of it. I don't know exactly where it came from. I think that they fleshed it out a little bit more.
Was it in books?
In 2, but there are comic books. I mean, there's a lot of write-ups about this. And I don't know, like Alien is a formidable opponent of Predator. And they even made Predator kind of like sleeker, more heroic kind of looking in AVP. I think it was clear that the Predator was more of the good guy than the alien.
But wasn't there a whole bunch of them in AVP?
Well, right, and there isn't one Predator; it's a whole species, and one is
Exactly.
going to look like another, is going to look different, is going to look different than the next, and different than the next. So it's not like there's one guy.
So
right?
they only, like you said, they only hunt formidable opponents
Yeah.
like Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Right.
who was pretty damn formidable.
Right, and they've yet to find another formidable opponent since. Now, what I'm asking is, if you had 5 attempts at this story, right,
Yes.
and only one of them was good, and it was the first one,
Should
why
probably
are
move
we
on.
still going here? What are we doing here?
Yeah, you should probably move on.
Yeah, right.
But in the spirit of everything, let's remake it, because why not?
It's kind of like when you have the guy who's playing the guitar that can't quite like get the song, and
Yeah.
he plays like 3 strings. He's like, wait, I got it. Hold on, wait a second. And then he keeps playing. He
Yes.
gets 4 lines. Wait, no, I got it this time. Plays 5 lines. Wait, I know I can do this. And he strums it, and only gets 1 note out. He screws up. Wait, hold on, I can still do it. Wait,
You
give
got
me
a
another
little
chance.
further.
Yeah, this is what this is what remaking this movie is all about.
Well, let me quickly take it through the gates, and you tell
All right.
me if it passes. So our gate number 1 is genre. Does it pass the first gate?
Well, it's neither a superhero movie nor a horror movie, but it's in the horror movie gray area.
Sort of sci-fi.
Yeah,
So it could go. It could. So it passes that.
it kind of passes.
Is it a classic?
The first one is.
Yes.
Yeah. The rest, absolutely not.
No.
And the fact that they've rebooted it or sequeled it so many times, it's kind of like it's all moot.
It kind of washed it away,
Yeah.
right?
And we're not entirely sure yet if this is a reboot yet or if it's a sequel.
From
so to
what I
speak.
read briefly, they
Yeah.
said it was not a reboot,
Yeah.
but it wasn't a remake.
Uh huh.
It wasn't very clear.
Right. But we're saying is this is a very early in development. It's greenlit. It's a go. It's got a director. That's
Yes.
really all it has right now.
And apparently they're filming in October and releasing in March.
Yeah.
Don't
so
know how that's going to go
I
over.
don't know about that. We'll see about that
The
timeline.
time original, I guess, there's a lot of time that's passed since the original, but the rest, I don't even know when the hell
What
they
was
came
the
out.
original? Was it like 84-ish?
It was around that. It was 80. Man, I should know
88-ish?
this.
It was it's probably late 80s.
Yeah, late
87,
80s.
88, 89.
And how much effort is being put into this? Based on what we're saying about this guy, it sounds like he's really going for it. He's going to transcend the other movies. That's
Yeah,
big speak.
Slow your roll, Mr. Black. All right, hold
That's
on
big
a sec.
speak.
Yeah,
There's a lot of controversy right now, though, by the way,
yeah.
because he came out and said that he wanted to prepare people
Uh-huh.
because he might change the look of the Predator.
That's fine. Go for it. Change everything. All right,
Like, just change
do
it
what
all.
you got to do, buddy.
Because people are very upset and they're sensitive about characters that they grew up
Yeah,
in love
but
with.
is the I know people like the Predator. There are fans of the Predator. Every movie has a favorite move. Every
Listen,
movie is a
You're
fan. whose
shitting on
favorite
somebody's favorite movie
movie. I know.
of all
and
time.
I'm sorry, but enough time has passed to where the Predator is classic, but you can tweak it. All
Like,
right,
it's not
nobody
like-
cares about what he's wearing.
Like, it's not like Batman where there's enough lore
Yeah.
that it's changed throughout. Like,
the bat suit.
they had one good
Yeah.
movie called Predator.
Yeah.
And the rest were they're kind of fun, I guess you could call
Yeah.
them.
You could change it. And I'll tell you what, though. If it looks decent, I'd be into it just because the character is cool. Maybe that's why they keep remaking these things.
Right.
Because it is an intriguing character, even though it's like destined for failure.
Well, and listen, we're talking about Hollywood here. They're printing money with these movies. They're going to put an investment in. It's
Yeah.
just like getting return on your dollar, right?
Well, it's like you have an intellectual property. It's so much easier to just keep making thes
need to
versus
do
coming
it.
up with your own damn idea, right?
Right. Well, then let me ask you this too, since there's no actual official cast
Whoa.
that we know of.
50 Cent's in it.
He is.
50 Cent is in it.
So who is he? The main guy?
Probably not.
Is he the
but
new Danny Glover?
He kind of like dropped that out. He probably wasn't supposed to say anything.
He's bankrupt,
but
isn't
he was
he?
in an interview and he said, "Oh yeah, I'm going to be in the new Predator movie."
Are
And
they sure they want to put him in this now that
Yeah.
he's bankrupt?
I don't. He's been in a couple, but he's okay.
His brand is kind of it's gone south, hasn't
Yeah,
it?
you know what?
It's
Yeah,
like Ronda Rousey after she lost, so they
yeah,
still going to
he hasn't
redo
been dropping
Roadhouse.
any albums lately. I don't know,
That's what I'm saying.
but he's a decent actor. If he's the main actor, then I'm out. But
But
if he's a side character, sure.
So how bad do you want Arnold in this? And would he says he would do it?
I don't want him. I'll tell you why. Because let's just let go of the past. What's old ass Arnold going to do with this movie, right?
Like, yeah, I guess he would show up as like an older version of
Yeah.
himself.
Old Arnold can't beat like a hopped up, steroided up Predator, right?
Maybe
And-
he could. I don't know.
No. And and old Arnold, you don't want to see him die either, because that's like, who wants to see that, right?
Nah, I guess you're right.
You need some hot new blood in this movie.
You know who they should cast?
Who's that?
He's in every movie.
I know
and
what
he's
you're
the
gonna
new
say. Go ahead and
Arnold.
say it.
I'm gonna say The Rock,
Okay, it's The Rock,
and they
Yeah.
could have a team up movie of The Rock and Arnold, and maybe you know who should be in this too? Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
I
The
would
Rock.
like him in this.
All right, so. Yeah, The Rock can't be in everything, Drew. I'm sorry.
He's got
He
to.
can't be in every action
He's got
movie.
to.
He only has so much time. He's got Fast 8, he's got Fast 9, he's got Fast 10 to do.
He doesn't sleep. Do you follow him on social media?
He's got Kevin Hart movies to be in.
He sleeps like 2 hours a night.
Yeah. He can't be in everything. We got to go, if you want some prestige in this movie, you put Tom Hardy in it.
Yeah,
he's
he
tough
could be
enough.
in it.
He's tough enough, right? You could go Hemsworth.
Eh.
Hemsworth is tough
He's
enough.
too squirrely.
He's tough enough. He
He's
can
too
do it.
squirrely, man.
We're short on muscle movie men right now, all right?
We are in a shortage.
Yeah, we're on a shortage, so we got to do what we can. Hardy's at the top of the list if we're not going Rock. Hemsworth, he can act too. So
Statham.
Statham could Statham's skinny.
Hold
but
on a
he's
second.
Badass.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Isn't this an interesting time?
Yeah.
Because back in the 80s and the 90s, there wasn't enough movie, like there wasn't enough movies for the people.
Yeah.
There was too many people to be in all the movies and they were competing.
Right.
Now we don't have enough people for the movies.
Right. Exactly.
Isn't that an interesting contrast?
Are they running out of ideas, or are we running out of actors? What's going on?
I think we
here?
run out of actors
Yeah.
because, like you said, The Rock can't be in everything.
Yeah.
I think Statham could do it. I know you don't think so.
I would be okay with that. Like guy like Josh Brolin, maybe he.
It's too old.
I'm just trying spitballing here.
Christian Bale, we always put him in everything.
Bale, you know.
Jared Leto, where's he
Bale,
at?
Jared Leto, Ryan Gosling.
If anyone listens to
See,
the
there's
show,
that's what I'm saying though. There's no tough guys anymore. There's very few tough guys.
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage past his prime, can't do it. I don't know. I guess that like Clive Owen. I like Clive Owen.
Where's he been at?
Yeah, he could do it.
He's not in anything anymore.
And these movies either have a new guy. These types of movies either have a new guy, or they have a guy like Clive Owen who's not doing anything,
Right.
who has functioned in action movies before, right?
I could put Keanu Reeves in this. I could see him in this.
Yeah.
I would like him in that.
See, actually, you know what? That would be enjoyable.
You know, actually, Chris Pratt, he's perfect for this.
Chris Pratt's too goofy to play. What's he gonna do? Like shout insults at the Predator? That's not gonna help. Come on,
I think he could do it.
come on. Now, but again, Predator 2 had Danny Glover in it. So what about Donald Glover? Let's get the son in there.
Come on,
Can we get the son in there?
He's too. Is
He
there
can-
actual relation?
He could geek him to death. I don't know. It's something.
They're Glovers.
Yeah.
The Glovers.
Yeah, the Glovers.
So over the weekend and over the past week, we got a couple people writing in about this. There was this thing online. Listener of the podcast, Drew. Shout out to my fellow Drews. Wrote in
Those Drews.
our friend and listener Julio also sent this to us.
Yes.
Kevin McAllister of Home Alone fame.
Yeah.
Home Alone, excuse me, not Home Alone.
Oh.
Home Alone fame versus the Predator. Who you got?
Hone Alone.
Who you got? Home Alone.
Yeah. No,
Who
so
you
this,
got?
This was timely right around when we were recording our crossover episode. So we were crossover movies. Let's cross over Home Alone versus Predator. Who do I have? Are you kidding me?
Yes.
It's Predator. I'll give you two main reasons. Number one, Kevin McAllister would have died in his house in Home Alone 1 had it not been for a spider to the face.
You're taking him to the cleaners here. You're
Yes.
taking him to task.
So Predator is not going to be scared by a spider to the face. All right, that's first. Second of all, he would have died on the hook at the end of Home Alone 1 at his neighbor's house. So, if not for the old man with the shovel.
Shovel guy.
So if Shovel Guy shows up and hits Predator in the back of the head, no, not going to happen either. So he's constantly being bailed out by old people. He got Pigeon Lady.
The Pigeon Lady.
In Home Alone 2, he would have died then. He would have got shot. So you can't have old people come and get you when the Predator's out to get you. You're done.
You don't think the Predator would fall for a couple of paint cans down the stairwell?
He might fall, he might slip on some micro machines, maybe. I
You
don't
think
know.
he'd step on a nail
Yeah.
while walking up the steps?
How funny would it be though to see a guy in a Predator costume just bumbling around the booby trapped house?
Like, I would pay to watch this crossover.
So-
I would pay to watch Predator take out Kevin McAllister.
yeah. And in all seriousness, is there any way that Kevin McAllister can beat up the Predator unless we're talking the Saw scenario?
Yes, and I was going to give you a scenario here. So, look at Home Alone 1 and the growth that Kevin McAllister made from Home Alone 1 to Home Alone 2. His traps in the beginning were kind of amateur, right?
Yeah.
He didn't really know what he was doing.
Yep.
Home Alone 2, he busts out the big guns. He electrocutes a guy straight up.
We covered this in our Home Alone
You know?
2 movie episode
Yeah.
way back when in
Dead or Alive.
2014, that he did step his game up in 2. Like the lethality.
Lethal.
The lethality, is that a word?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Lethal.
yeah.
Like he brought out the electrocution.
Yeah.
He brought out like a freaking lead pipe that went down the steps, not a paint can.
Throwing
a pipe.
bricks off of roofs.
Yeah, throwing a brick at a guy's head.
Yeah.
Kerosene on a rope.
Yes.
Now listen, you take this guy, give him another 10 years.
Yeah.
He already looks kind of weird right now.
You got psychopathic tendencies.
He looks like a
Yeah.
psychopath.
We brought up the article that the now defunct Grantland.com had written.
R.I.P.
RIP, it was a great website, about how Kevin McAllister is in fact Jigsaw from the Saw movies. So if that were true, if we're following that timeline, then maybe we have a fight.
Yes.
But still, Jigsaw's an old man now. He's
But
got cancer. He's weakened.
I don't know. You know what's kind of weird? I don't know why, but like every time I think of Macaulay Culkin, I think that he's in a wheelchair now because he was in a movie that he was, right?
Well,
like
no,
so
he looks sickly.
but I thought that he was like he was actually got some type of degenerative disease where he was actually like not able to walk anymore based on that movie role. And I keep seeing that picture when I think of him. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
and I know that he's not,
Yeah.
but he looks so weird. And did you know that he dated Mila Kunis for like the longest time?
I did know that. I did know that. Yeah,
Is that like, what was he bringing?
she's bigger than that. She's bigger than him.
And
Like-
then she left him for Ashton Kutcher.
Like bodily, she's like not just a star was said. She's larger than him.
Like, I mean, he's like frail and sickly.
That's why I could see you like thinking he's in a wheelchair. He just seems very like weak and skinny.
So do you think a lot of people will write into us and tell us that they're pissed off that we said that Kevin McAllister would die? I know we caught a
No.
little bit of flack for our Home Alone 2 episode.
No, come at me, bro. Like really, if you have a reasonable situation where you think that this could be a possibility, go ahead and write in, please. I would love to be proven wrong.
Hit us up on Twitter at The Last Row Pod, thelastrowpodcast@gmail.com. We would love to hear what you guys think. I'm taking Predator.
Yeah,
You're taking Predator?
I'm taking Predator.
Hands down?
Yeah,
All right. So it's a done deal. If
Done
anyone
deal.
else thinks otherwise, hit us up.
yeah. I'd love to see the rationale. Like honestly, I would love to see it. Please send us in.
You know what else could take out Kevin McAllister?
Who's that?
The Plotosaurus Rex or whatever the hell it is. The hybrid.
Yeah.
So over the weekend, I decided to check out Jurassic World because it was on HBO Go.
Yeah.
So I watched it last night.
Yeah.
What do you think I thought of it?
I thought you would like it, right? I mean, I saw the theater. I liked it. But maybe that was my theater experience. What do you say?
I really had really high hopes for this.
Yeah.
And I don't dislike a lot of movies. I'm not going to say this is going to be a hot take here,
Okay.
but I thought the movie was kind of a mess.
Is the take heating up, though?
It's heating up.
It's a heating take?
It's heating up. Now listen, I really liked it. I did
Yeah.
like it.
All right.
But as a movie, and maybe it's because the first one, and I don't want to be that guy that says, oh, don't touch my originals.
Yeah.
But the first one was such a special movie that I don't think you can recreate,
Uh-huh.
that every movie thereafter felt a little cheaper. Now, this was, I think, the second best one of all of them.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
2 and 3 weren't all that great, were
2
they?
and 3 was, 2 was all right, 3 was bad.
Yeah.
But this one was definitely the second best, hands down. It was very good, but I
Right.
just thought that the movie was kind of a mess. And like, I didn't get the motivations for Vincent D'Onofrio. Like, I didn't get any of that. Like, he wants to send raptors to Afghanistan to fight like Taliban.
Not a bad idea,
No,
Drew.
it's a terrible
Not
idea.
a bad idea.
And let me tell you why.
Let's get those raptors out there.
What's the difference between a raptor and a lion? Like, just go get a lion, send a lion. Like, it didn't make any sense. Like, I love the dinosaurs, and I thought the special effects were awesome. The acting was great. I just thought the story made no sense to me at all.
Story aside,
It was fun, though.
the difference between a raptor and a lion, the raptor did not exist anymore. They scientifically engineered the raptors, right?
But
Am I
then
right?
why did they need the trainer? They could have just trained a lion to go attack somebody like Siegfried and Roy.
No. Let me answer this question for me. the raptor was genetically engineered, correct?
Yeah, with some
okay.
tree frog.
So they genetically engineered it, so they're like playing God, so to speak, right?
I guess.
So in that sense, it's possible. Is it possible, Drew, that
You're gonna go Giorgio on me?
that there's a possibility that they could up the brain power of these raptors more so than a being that already exists, like a lion?
It's possible.
Yeah, there you go.
No, it's possible, not likely.
That's why that has a better chance of being tamed and trained than a lion would be to go into Afghanistan and take out,
Listen,
take out the Taliban.
I like the
as
movie.
ridiculous as this is.
I like the movie. I'm not
Yeah.
sitting here saying it's shit. I loved it. I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you a sneak peek for next week's episode. I was
Right.
trying to debate between whether I caught up for next week's episode on San Andreas
yeah, we had
or
planned
not.
we had planned to do that one next. Yeah.
So we're doing that one next. And I'm sitting here last night saying, man, I know I need to watch San Andreas right now, but I really, really want to watch Jurassic World.
yeah.
So I watched Jurassic World last night, and then in the morning, I caught San Andreas to
Yeah.
prepare for next week's episode.
Yeah.
Kind of enjoyed San Andreas more. I'm not saying it's a better movie,
Uh-huh.
but I kind of enjoyed it. And I know I'm going to catch a lot of shit for that.
Well, hold on. Let me stop you right there. It is a better movie. San Andreas is a better movie. Jurassic World, it's
I
a
liked
fun
it.
movie, but there are holes in it, and it's not the greatest movie. And it wasn't supposed to be a masterpiece. It's supposed to be a fun movie. I saw it in the theater, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. The key word is
Right,
fun.
right.
Doesn't mean great movie. It means fun movie.
I guess I expected nothing out
Yeah.
of San Andreas
Yeah.
and was really surprised
Yeah.
by how fun and awesome it was.
Yeah.
But I expected everything out of Jurassic
That's your-
World, and
that's
I
your
was
problem.
disappointed.
That's your problem. I don't know why you had such high expectations for it for a fourth movie in a franchise. It's kind of hard after
because-
4 movies.
Chris Pratt's great. All the actors in it were really good.
Yeah.
It felt like it was missing something. Like I didn't care about the emo kid and his like he was staring at these girls. It was so awkward and weird.
Well, yeah, the whole plot with the divorcing parents that had nothing to do with it. I thought it was weird.
It just felt like a mess.
Yeah.
Like that's all I'm saying. I don't think it was a bad movie, and I liked it, and I would watch it again.
Yeah.
I really did enjoy it.
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying, I'm not sure where they were going with it. But anyway, I'm blabbing about this movie. It doesn't matter. I still recommend that you watch it because I think it's fun and I enjoyed it. I guess I was expecting San Andreas
Yeah.
to be what I got from something else, and I
Yeah.
expected Jurassic World to be something that I got from
Right.
another thing.
Well, we'll talk about San Andreas at a later date on our next movie episode coming up. But I want to see those raptors fighting people though.
Yeah, I
can
love
we
that
see 'em?
part.
Like,
It was great.
that's like dreaming right there.
That's what I wanted to see.
And it's at its infant stages here. If the guy had more time, Vincent D'Onofrio, he didn't have enough time. Like let him. Like this is like maybe a decade or more down the line. Give the guy some time.
He tried to rush it. It's his own fault.
Well, yeah,
He rushed it himself.
you might be able to train these dinosaurs.
I'm not saying you can't do
we
it.
could rule the world.
I'm,
The debt would be gone because we got the T-Rex coming at you.
I'm not saying. I love how he's sitting there. He's like, "Man, could you imagine these things in Tora Bora?" It's like, not really, not really, buddy.
Let's give the guy a little bit of time,
Listen,
all right?
I think he rushed himself,
yeah.
and I think the doctor was like, didn't really explain this like weirdness that was going on, and the guy from Life of Pi was the CEO that was like the only helicopter pilot on the
Yeah.
island. I was kind of sad when that went down. That's
Yeah.
all I'll say.
Yeah.
It's just. It was like a mixed emotions movies. I love the callbacks to the original though. I love the callbacks to the original.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was
fun.
awesome.
That was fun. But can you imagine like having our own Godzilla?
Yeah, I mean,
Like, come on. We'll just stomp on a city if they're causing trouble.
listen,
We can have the Godzilla stomp on their nukes.
I'm
Just
not
crush
saying-
it. You know?
I'm not saying it's impossible.
This is what
plot.
happens when Trump becomes president, by the way. We get a Godzilla.
All I'm saying is I expected something different, and I don't know why. And I'm not saying that the movie was bad. Maybe I disappointed myself by expecting something else because I waited too long. If I saw it in the theater, I can guarantee I would have loved it.
Yeah.
It's a theater experience, and I'm just watching it in my basement. It's like it's different. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you a question. Is Godzilla a dinosaur?
That's a good question.
Or is that like a hot dog sandwich type thing?
He's definitely a reptile.
He's a reptile, but would you classify him as a dinosaur?
But isn't a dinosaur a bird? Like they say that the dinosaurs
Maybe.
are big birds, right?
Well, yeah, but not all of them fly.
It's
but
not
do you have
big
to,
bird.
you don't have to fly to be a bird.
Well, that's true because an
Yeah.
ostrich doesn't fly. But
Right.
can an ostrich
But you
fly?
have to swim to be a fish. That can we agree on
But
that?
do you? Because what does a mud skipper do? They don't really swim. They jump. They skip. Mud skippers skip.
Animals are weird. All right, let's
Anyway,
move on.
back to other big box office news. Back to other big box
All
office news
right.
before I hit you up with this game.
Yeah.
Did
Well,
you see
didn't, wait, you didn't ask me what I was watching lately.
Oh yeah, we did. Okay, what are you watching lately? I'm sorry.
Nothing. Let's move on.
No, what are you watching? What are you
I'm
watching?
just kidding. I literally watched nothing.
Back to big box office news. See, I knew we'd cheer you up by the end of this episode. You're Batway's smiling over here,
I hate
everybody.
everyone.
He's smiling.
I hate everyone.
Captain America: Civil War. Did you watch it?
No, you kidding me?
Did you want to watch it?
No, you kidding me?
I forgot
have you been here? Have you been listening?
I forgot that you were out last week
I'm done.
and the week before that.
Apparently, I'm the only one though, right?
How did this movie do?
Am I the only one that hasn't watched it because it made a
No,
gajillion
I didn't
dollars
watch
over
it
the
either.
weekend?
I'd like to watch
So
it.
it's been out 2 weeks, right?
I guess I don't know how they count it these days. because
Domestic versus foreign, whatever. It made $1 billion, literally $1 billion, right?
It was like 940 million as of Sunday, which is
not,
today.
Not literally $1 billion then.
Right, and it's the 25th.
Failure of a movie.
Technically, it will become the 25th title to exceed $1 billion and the 7th superhero title after the Avengers, not the one with Uma Thurman, to reach 1.52 billion. Age of Ultron 1.41, Iron Man 3 1.22, The Dark Knight Rises 1.09, and The Dark Knight 1.04.
So we're the only ones that haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it. I'm sure all the other podcasters have done one. I'd like to
Yeah.
watch it. I
So-
don't know if you're in.
So I don't know if we talked about this on a podcast earlier or wherever. Does Disney like own the world now?
They do. I think I read an article that said they own 3/4 of the top grossing films for the year. Some
Yeah.
craziness
Well,
of
you
that.
got Star Wars. You got all the Marvel movies. You have cartoon movies. Then they got what is it? Finding Dory coming out this summer, which is gonna crush everything.
Yes. And you know what's kind of bullshit about it though?
Yeah.
They don't let you rent anything, dude.
Yes, they don't.
You have to pay $25.
Can you rent Star Wars yet?
No.
You still can't rent it.
$19.99, buy it
That is-
digitally.
that is nuts.
Or pay $25 and own the Blu-ray.
How am I gonna watch this movie? I'm
Listen,
not buying
man,
it.
you and I need to resurrect a business
Yeah.
called Blockbuster
Oh yeah.
and start a new video store. It's a new business
You
model.
can't even Redbox Star Wars yet.
I
Let
don't-
alone on demand.
I haven't tried. I don't know if you can.
Wow.
I'm sure it's like it's got the back catalog. Like Netflix,
Yeah.
you're on the wait list for 10 years for that.
So, at what point is every movie going to be Disney? Like, when are they just going to have a monopoly on the entire thing?
But nobody calls them out on this rental bullshit.
yeah,
Like nobody calls them out. I know we and our friends talk about it.
yeah.
I don't want to buy the movie for $25. I
Yeah.
want to pay $5 and rent it. I'll pay $6
You
to
don't
rent it
even
in
get the
HD.
disc. You don't even get the disc. I want
Whatever.
the white shell casing. That's what I
Yeah,
want.
see, and then guess what?
Yeah.
Sure enough, they're going to put Star Wars in the vault. Then you can't buy it again. Get out of here with this.
Speaking of DVDs, way off topic. The last episode we did was Marked for Death, Steven Seagal. Check it out; it's a great episode. I was just clicking on different random YouTube Steven Seagal videos, and there was one video where a fan was unboxing his Blu-ray edition of Marked for
Oh,
Death.
man.
It was 5 minutes long. The video was 5 minutes long. I was like, all right, he's going to talk about special features, this and that. So it was 5 minutes of him just talking about the case and the disc. There was nothing inside. There wasn't even a loose leaf cover. There were no special effects. There were no bonus features.
It didn't even show the chapter titles.
No, like there was a bare bones DVD, a Blu-ray. And the guy went on for 5 minutes.
Steve.
It was painful to watch, but I couldn't pull away.
Dude, Steve.
There were no bonus features, nothing. But I thought it was funny that the guy had a 5-minute YouTube video about an unboxing of a movie that had no special features,
We
no
need to
nothing.
start doing these.
There wasn't even a little piece of paper to like join a Blu-ray
Yeah.
club or something inside of it. There's nothing.
No digital download.
And he got 5 minutes out of it.
Listen, if other people are doing this, maybe we should do some unboxings
Yeah.
here. We've got a YouTube channel.
I mean, we got 120 minutes out of the movie, which is a miracle. But
Right.
this guy goes 5 minutes with nothing in the box. I applauded him. So anyway, moving on.
So it's that time, my friend.
Oh yeah,
Plot fiction.
yeah. By the way, I haven't been paying attention to you talk the whole time. I've been studying movies.
I saw him. He was typing on his
Yeah,
computer over
yeah.
here.
New releases. What's
So-
coming out?
Listen, I hope you've never heard of any of these,
All right.
but I worked very hard as I know you worked last week,
All
or
right.
2 weeks ago, whatever it is.
Okay.
I'm losing track of time here.
All right.
So, the game is plot fiction. If you're new to the show, basically, I'm going to give Badway a real synopsis and a fake synopsis, one that I made up. So, the real one, he's not going to know the answer. He has to guess which one it is. And these are all movies releasing this weekend, the weekend that we're talking.
So you're going to give me the title, and you're going to give me the real plot,
Yes.
and the one you made up, and I have to guess which one is
Exactly.
which. Gotcha.
And you pick. So,
Yes.
however you want to say which is which, you say it. But this is plot fiction.
Let's
All
do
right.
it.
Are you ready?
Hit the music.
First movie, Cash Only.
Cash only. Got it.
Title, Cash Only. Elvis Martini is in deep trouble.
Elvis Martini.
His
I'll
dilapid-
stop you with Elvis Martini.
Hold on.
All right.
His dilapidated Detroit apartment building is about to be foreclosed on by the bank. Most of his tenants are behind on rent. He's in big debt to bookies and his daughter's school. He finds some ill-gotten cash in an evicted tenant's apartment, and it briefly keeps the wolves at bay. But it brings out a bigger wolf, one that wants his stolen money back. When his daughter is kidnapped by the mysterious menace he's accidentally messed with, Elvis has 24 hours to come up with $25K cash only.
I don't think you made up the name Elvis Martini, but we're gonna
Maybe
go
I
on.
did.
We're gonna go on to the second. All right, go on to the second.
All
one.
right. Number 2. Is this the real one? Cash Only. The story of a divorced father who turns to escorting under a new identity to help pay child support after his wife leaves him for his younger brother. After a year of successfully raising money without raising the suspicions of friends and family, he receives a call from a potential new client. Once he arrives at the hotel, he realizes this new client is his ex-wife, who he is still madly in love with. Eric decides to risk it all, letting his wife know what he's been up to in an attempt to win her back. Cash only.
All right, let me go through my thought process here. The first one sounds like a real movie. I don't like the name Elvis Martini. The second
Did I make it
one,
up? I don't know.
The second one, the title sounds exactly what the movie's about, which kind of throws it off to me. And plus, it's a male escort movie, makes me think you made it up.
I don't know.
That's tough. I say the first one, Elvis Martini, is the real movie.
Is true?
Yes.
It is?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes! I knew you made up the male
like
escort
that?
movie. Yeah, that's so you.
I was really I was trying hard on that
That
one.
was so you. Well done, though. It
All
sounded
right.
very realistic.
All right. I'm going to move on. So you got 1 out of 1.
And you used the phrase, decided to lay it all on the line. That's classic parody right there.
Oh, Eric decides to risk it all.
Yeah, that's classic parody.
All right, ready?
Go ahead.
Number 2. This one's called The Asian Connection.
The Asian Connection. I'm
This
getting
is
trouble.
coming
All
out
right.
this week. All right. First one. Michael Adams is a successful businessman with cold-blooded decisiveness and an incredible inner drive. Although he started with nothing, his personality has helped him attain great financial success. On an extended business trip to Seoul, South Korea, he meets an incredible younger woman named, I can't pronounce his name, Soon Hwa Kwan. Her personality and charisma remind Michael that life isn't just about business, and he begins to truly feel love for the first time. Unfortunately for him, she is engaged to Michael's counterpart, for which he has traveled all the way to South Korea to close a business deal. Will Michael decide to chase true love or continue to chase business success?
You couldn't pronounce the girl's name. Now, that's either a major flub by you, or it's a genius way to throw me off the
We'll
scent.
see.
All right.
We shall see.
But, all right.
The Asian Connection. Sorry, I forgot to say the name there.
Oh, I got it.
All right, number 2. True or false, or real or fake, whatever.
Yeah.
The Asian Connection. Two American expatriates, Jack and Sam, unwittingly steal a drug lord's money when they rob a series of banks in Southeast Asia and become the target of the gang's vengeance. When Sam is killed, Jack turns to the love of his life, Palm, and the couple becomes a modern-day Bonnie and Clyde that take the fight to the gang. The Asian Connection.
All right. I'm gonna go with the odds here, and both plots were very good. Very believable, but
What do
I'm
you
going to
think?
say that since you couldn't pronounce the name, that's the true one. The
That's the
first
true
one
one?
is true.
Are you sure?
I'm
Lock
sure.
it in.
I'm sure.
You are wrong, my friend.
Did you really?
That
You
was
had
a
that
fake
whole
name.
act.
I made that up.
You the whole act about
Do you
not
know
being
who
able to
that
pronounce
is?
the name.
Do you know who Sun Hwa Kwan is?
That's from Lost.
Yes.
Oh
Yo, the
my
clue
God,
was in there, my
Lost.
friend. The sun and the clue was in there.
That was diabolical.
I put that in there for you.
I should have listened to the plots. I let logic take.
See, it's
take hold
hard.
of me.
I'm not going to lie to you. Last week, whenever you did this to me 2 weeks ago, was hard. It's hard to listen.
No, but I need to focus on the plot. I let logic take the best of me when I thought you flubbed on the voice, on the name.
You're
Lesson learned.
You're 1 for 2. You got a chance here.
Lesson
You've
learned.
got a
How
chance.
many are there?
I put 4 together.
There's 4? Okay.
So if you get 50, I'll give you win.
All right.
All right. The next one. It's called Sundown.
Sundown.
Okay. High school seniors Logan and Blake prepare for an epic spring break as they travel to the beautiful and exotic Mexican beach resort of Puerto Vallarta, hoping to hook up with their high school crushes. Surrounded by hot girls in teeny bikinis, the guys are truly in heaven. After meeting at a club, Logan falls for a mysterious local beauty named Gabby, but then realizes the next morning when his grandfather's Rolex watch is missing that she was after more than just his heart. Things go from bad to worse when the guys discover that the valuable family heirloom is now in the hands of a gangster who demands to be paid triple the watch's value before returning it. And that's just the beginning. Sundown.
Teeny bikini. The exotic beauty's name is Gabby. And there's a credible amount of detail. And that was just the beginning.
Yes.
Not sure about this one, but go on. Go to the next.
Number 2. Sundown. After purchasing a recently remodeled Victorian in a historic part of town, Rich and Kate Martinez are excited to start their new life as newlyweds. Shortly after moving into their new home, they begin to feel a strange presence at night. As time passes, the mysterious presence becomes stronger, while Rich starts to notice his wife's behavior changing immediately after sundown. Sundown.
All right. Okay. All right.
So name in the title,
All right.
name in the description.
See, Sundown sounds a lot more like a sexy thriller than it does a horror movie. So that's strongly weighing on me here.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah. But the phrase teeny bikini in the description of the plot seems very amateurish. But this could be a piece of crap movie.
It could be. I mean,
it could be a real piece of crap.
You've got to decide.
The first one, the sexy thriller, is Sundown.
So you're saying the first one is real?
Yes.
You are correct. It looked like a biggest piece of crap movie ever. I don't know. It looked like one of those direct-to-DVD coming-of-age, teen comedy, sex comedies.
You did a great job there, but the real movie was its own downfall because Sundown is totally a sexy thriller title.
So I was trying to come up with a really crazy one for that one, and I couldn't. I was like, all right, I didn't really do any horror movies here. Yeah. It was the closest to a horror movie of all the things that was coming out, so I figured I'd go for it.
Yeah.
So, all right. So what are you? You're 2 for 3.
2 out of 3.
All right.
Going on to the last one.
The last one, and this is a tough one.
I want to tie you. I want to tie you from last time.
This is a really tough one.
All right.
All right. I pulled out all the stops on this one. Love Addict.
Love Addict. Like ADD?
ADDICT.
Okay. All right.
Love Addict. Love Addict. Love Addict.
Love Addict.
All right. Ready?
Say that one more time.
Love Addict.
Okay. Gotcha.
Love Addict is the story of Charlotte, who just can't seem to find a stable and loving relationship. After finding herself in one destructive relationship after the next, her parents suggested she spend some time finding her inner self and seek the advice of a therapist. Reluctant at first, Charlotte finally takes the advice of her parents and decides to speak to a professional, Dr. James Hoffman, who also has some trouble finding love after his recent divorce. Shortly after starting therapy, Charlotte begins to feel better. But while Dr. Hoffman recommends she spend some time soul-searching as a single person, she just can't help but feel a strong attraction to him and tries to make him see her as more than just another patient. Love Addict.
Falling in love with her therapist.
Is that ethical? What are the ethics behind that?
Well, he told her to move on. Why can't I find these hot women
Does he like her?
That just fall in love with the first man she meets until they break her heart and then they go to the next one?
You need to meet Charlotte.
And where's Charlotte? I need to become a therapist. No.
All right.
All right, go on.
I pulled out all the stops on this one, so this is going to be a tough one. All right. Real or fake? Charlotte's story or the story of Owen Maxwell?
Wait, stop you right there.
Owen Maxwell.
No, Love Addict, right?
Love Addict.
Love Addict. Okay, go on.
Love Addict. Owen Maxwell is a charismatic, Porsche-driving Los Angeles divorce attorney and an incredible womanizer. Owen signs up for hypnotherapy to help him stop smoking, but he gets more than he paid for when the hypnotherapist, one of Owen's many former forgotten lovers, decides to get some revenge and, quote, cure Owen of his sexual attraction to women. Diabolical. What follows is a hilarious downward spiral of Owen's playboy lifestyle when he becomes physically sick whenever he becomes turned on, forcing him to go through detox with the aid of a former client a no-nonsense therapist who runs a rehab center and teaches him that there is more to women than just their bodies. Love Addict.
All right, that sounds like a National Lampoon direct-to-DVD movie or like a
Or did I
Broken
make it up?
Lizard movie, which I don't think they make so many of those anymore. Or, see, the first one seemed very realistic. But
Charlotte?
Yeah, Charlotte's movie, but I have a problem with the name Charlotte. That seems like a name that
it's
would
a
be
fake
very
name.
easy to fake.
Oh, man.
What's the title character's name of the second movie?
Owen Maxwell.
Owen Maxwell.
Did I make it up?
Charlotte and the doctor, she's a love that she can't help falling in love.
She just falls so
Or
hard.
the womanizer gets hypnotized and gets physically ill.
Yeah. So whenever he gets a renob, he's feeling sick.
Renob, eh?
The good old renob.
Number 1, Charlotte's story is the real movie.
So you're saying the first Charlotte is true.
Charlotte is
and
true. Real-
Owen Maxwell is
real
false.
movie. Owen Maxwell, you made it up.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Incorrect.
Who made this Owen Maxwell movie?
I don't know, but it looks like another one like a piece of crap. It's fake. I don't know what it is, but I was
Good work
trying.
on the Charlotte one. That sounded really real.
I was like really struggling, and I found another movie. I was like really I got some help with Michelle on this one because I was like, what's a good name? She actually came up with the name Charlotte.
Yeah, The Last Wife.
Yes, The Last Wife. But what I will say is, I was going to go a whole totally different route.
Yeah.
There was a story that I found from another movie about some girl who just gives up on love and
Yeah.
decides to casually browse the women for women thing on Craigslist.
Yeah.
'Cause I was trying to make them like both ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because that second one is I read it and I was like, this got to be fake. This got to be fake.
It's so bad it's fake.
But it is real, my friend. And you got a 2 out of 4.
2 out of 4.
I'll
All right.
give you a passing grade on that.
I'll take it. I gotta raise my game up next time. That's cool.
Good job though. That
I
was
applaud
hard,
you.
right?
I applaud you. Good work.
That was hard.
Yeah.
So anything else before we head out here?
No, I think we're all.
Are you
all
feeling
set.
better?
I'm hungry. I need some food.
Are
in
you
me.
feeling
I think that's
better?
the problem.
I'm gonna go grill some corn on the cob
Yeah,
for
all right.
Badway. We're gonna cheer him up.
That sounds romantic.
We're gonna
you guys.
cheer him up.
You
know?
guys just imagine Drew and I at candlelight.
we're just candlelight corn on the cob.
Corn on the
That's
cob.
only that's all we're gonna
Yeah,
have.
just
that's
corn
all
on
we're
the
gonna
cob,
have.
that's it.
So I don't do veggies here, but corn.
Yeah.
So that'll do it for us. But before we get out of here, I think we got something special that we want to share on the air here.
Well, special for us.
Special for you.
We got an iTunes review from a fella named Jay Groan or Lass. We don't know. Special podcast, they write. These guys are amazing. Their chemistry and banter are second to none. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I'm always excited to see a new episode from Drew and Badway in my feed. I hope they read this review on a future episode. That would make me the happiest man alive. It is a man. Hugs and kisses, DC fanatic.
So
Aww.
is he a DC fanatic versus a Marvel fanatic?
Or is he from Washington, D.C.?
So he liked Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
He's my kind of guy here.
Or he's from Washington, D.C. He's a fanatic of D.C., or is he a fanatic? Is he crazy in general?
like he's just a DC fanatic.
No, but anyway, it's a very nice review. Now I'm good. Now I'm like in a good mood. If I was in a bad
See?
mood, now I'm in a good mood. I've kind of tears in my eyes a little bit. That was very nice. Seriously, it was a very nice review. We did not pay him to say that.
Not you didn't.
Maybe you did.
Maybe
I
I
don't know.
did.
You're the guy. You always have crazy ideas. So, but no, that's an awesome review. Couldn't get any better than that. Very proud, and hope to continue to give you more exciting things in the future.
That is that's definitely my favorite, one of my favorite reviews, if not
Yeah.
my favorite that we've gotten. So thank you, Jay Groan, for leaving us
Yes.
that review so much. If you want to leave us a review, you've been listening to the show and you've been liking it, please go to iTunes, leave us a 5-star review, write whatever you want. Write what your heart speaks.
Yes, especially if you have negative feedback towards Drew. Make sure you tell him he takes criticism very well, constructively.
Yeah.
Still give us the 5 stars, but
Please
tell
do
us
not.
tell us what Drew can work on.
Please
That'd
do
be
not.
greatly appreciated.
If you want to go on a date with Badway, leave it in the review and we will read it on the air.
I'll date anyone, a female, that would write in. So
We're gonna get that going sometime.
Yeah.
At some point here.
yeah, who wants to date a podcaster?
That's our new show. That
Yeah.
could be our new show.
There you go.
But if you leave us a 5-star review, we will read it on the air. Thank you so much for everybody that has done so, especially Jay Groan. If you want to visit our website, thelastrowpodcast.com, we've got all of our episodes out there. We've got a couple articles that Badway wrote. There's some good stuff about ranking robots in terms of robots in movies.
Yes.
Good stuff out there. Head on out to our website. Check it out. Visit our Twitter page at The Last Row Pod. I'm reading every single thing that we have here, so I'm going to shut up now and let the music just play louder because it's getting kind of loud now, isn't it?
Stop it. Let's go.
It's getting a little
Let's
louder.
get out of here.
I'm making the music a little louder.
So let's